shiur is dedicated Lilu Nishmas Rachaleah Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. What I want to do today is take a look at the Haftorah that we read by Mincha on Yom Kippurim, the Maftir Yonah. It's a very, very beautiful sefer, very short sefer, and there obviously is some very, very deep reason that Chazal told us that this sefer should be read as the Haftorah on Yom Kippur. And what we want to do is try and analyze and go through the sefer, determine what exactly is the connection, the deeper idea. Certainly there are superficial, surface ideas between Yonah, the story of Yonah, and Yom Kippurim and Tshuva. But I really want to go through the psukim themselves and try and identify, number one, what are the deeper insights that perhaps link Maftir Yonah, Sefer Yonah to Yom Kippurim in particular. Secondly, one can ask the question, why dafka towards the end of the day? We read the sefer as the Haftorah for Mincha. Why, if it's so important, why not read it for Shachris? Why specifically Mincha? As the day is moving towards its close, as the day is coming to its climax, this is specifically the time that we go ahead and read the Haftorah. What exactly is this deeper connection? In order to properly appreciate the shiur, I think it's a very good idea to pause for a moment and get a Sefer Yonah. We're going to be reading all the psukim. We're going to be going through the text, and we're going to see what insights we can draw from the texts. Again, the superficial reason why we read the sefer is because it's a sefer of tshuva, and particularly the tshuva of Nineveh. And they undergo a process. Hashem wanted to destroy the entire city. It was an Ir Hagdola. It was a great city, and Hashem wants to destroy it. And we know they did tshuva, and Hashem saves the city. But again, if that was the whole reason, then there are certainly parts of the sefer we wouldn't have to read in the Haftarah. We could focus on the specifics of the story of the tshuva of Nineveh, which really closes in Perek Gimel. The fact that we read Perek Dalet as well indicates there's something very, very important in that last chapter of the sefer. So again, let us take a look. Let us go through it, and we open up the sefer. Vahi Dvar Hashem al Yonah ben Amitai Lemor Kum Lech el Nineveh ha'ir Hagdola. So first of all, who speaks? Hashem speaks to Yonah and says, Hashem speaks to Yonah and says, go up to Nineveh. They're doing wickedness, they're doing evil. And indeed, that's exactly what Yonah does. Vayakam Yonah, he gets up, but no, not to follow the dictates of Hashem. Livroach Tarshisha mi lifnei Hashem. He goes to Tarshish from Hashem. Vayered Yafo vayimtza oniyah ba'a Tarshish. He gets to the port city of Yafo. He finds himself a boat that's heading towards Tarshish. He pays. Vayered ba lavo imahem Tarshisha mi lifnei Hashem. So first of all, I want to focus on the fact that here in these first psukim, when Hashem is referred to, it's always a good idea when studying Tanakh, Chumash and Tanakh, to understand that the Shemos of Hashem are very different. Sometimes the Torah uses the Yud Ke Vav Ke Shem Hashem, sometimes Elokim, and as it's well known, Elokim represents Midas Hadin. Hashem represents Midas Harachamim, but perhaps even deeper than that, Hashem is the name of Hashem, name of God that is used to convey a sense of closeness to this world. Elokim is a more distant. Kel milashon means rulership. Lord is a more distant phenomenon. Hashem is a much closer one. So here, when Hashem wants to reach out to Nineveh, reach out to Yonah, he comes and he says, Vayidvar Hashem. It's Hashem that is speaking because Hashem is reaching forward into the world. This is the Midas Harachma that certainly is at play. He asks Yonah to go to Nineveh and call them to tshuva. And Yonah's response, Vayakam Yonah livroach Tarshish, he wants to go to Tarshish mi lifnei Hashem. So he goes to Yafo. Now here we're certainly talking about Nevuah properly and in general is in Eretz Yisrael. Yonah has the call here in Eretz Yisrael, but his agenda, if you want to escape from Hashem, so where you go, you want to go to Chutz La'aretz. And Tarshish is a place in Chutz La'aretz. He wants to get on this boat, leave Eretz Yisrael, and head towards Chutz La'aretz. Now, if you pay careful attention as we go through these psukim, the first paragraph in particular, there's a striking use of the word kum, to go up, and raid, to go down. And as we go ahead, for example, in Pasuk Gimel, he gets on his boat, Vayered Yafo, as he's fleeing from Hashem. He starts to go down, Vayered Yafo, it starts to be a lowering. He finds a boat, and Vayered Ba, he goes on the boat. In other words, every step as he's fleeing from Hashem is a Yurida. And then he gets on the boat, it's another stage, it's a further Yurida as he tries to flee Hashem. He's on the boat, and the weather starts getting rough. We're told, V'Hashem hiteitil ruach gedola el hayam, a great wind is generated. The boat wants to capsize, wants to become destroyed. Incidentally, by the way, I would just point out before, I should have mentioned it earlier, but Yonah here has a mission that Hashem wants to put him on. He wants to run away. This is not the first time you find this. In contrast, we look at Moshe when he is first given his mission. I want you, Moshe, to be the person who's going to help bring Klal Yisrael out of Mitzrayim. Moshe's hesitant. I'm a kvad peh. I don't speak very well. Yirmiyah was also hesitant when he has his call. But here we have to understand what was Moshe's hesitation. Moshe's hesitation was he has a language issue. How could he go and confront Paro? He has a technical problem, a language